Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I want to take a moment and reflect back on something that Victor John said this last Sunday. And he was talking about how in your walk with Jesus and the idea of learning how to make disciples, uh, and I think on a larger level, we can always kind of complicate things. I think we tend to do that in a lot of areas of our life. I am certainly guilty of that. But in the idea of making disciples, starting with something as small as just recognizing the opportunity that you might have uh, to be around somebody who notices the change that happens in you. And he used the illustration of trust. He said something along the lines of, "Trust me. Uh, if you used to be angry and you're not angry anymore, uh, let that be visible. Let that be noticeable. Practice that out in front of people. Those changes that are real that have happened in you." Because Victor said, trust me, the people who are around you, they know you used to be angry. They suffered from your anger and they suffered from your attitude and now they can notice a change in you. So let those things be visible. Let those things be noticeable. And I was looking outside this morning at the trees. The leaves have finally started to fall, and now the ground is covered with leaves, and the trees are beginning to look a little more bare. The colors are becoming more dull as the leaves begin to fall. And we can approach this type of year, this time of year. We can approach it with some lament. The winter's coming. For others of you, you are so excited that the winter is coming. But underneath all of that, there's the visible presence of change. Um, and one of the things I want to draw your attention to is maybe to encourage you, let the changes that are happening in your life, let them be visible more. The the language change, the reduction in gossip, the reduction in talking to yourself too much, not taking your thoughts captive, um, and now taking your thoughts captive to submit them to Christ. Doing that more and more with a gentle heart, being more gentle yourself. Let those things be visible more. Let those things be allowed by other people to be discussed with you. Let your viewpoints not be ones of antagonism, but ones of hopefulness, and let that be visible more. The trees. It's interesting. We look at things and we see, yeah, the change is there. But what's great about this is that in the spring, those trees that had all of these leaves fall, there will be buds that develop in the spring because the DNA of change that God placed in the trees will accomplish over time what it is intended to do, which means this, that in the spring, those trees will bud. And once they bud, they will spring forth leaves. And those leaves will also lead to the tree growing and bearing more fruit. More fruit this next year than it did the year before. Let your changes be noticed as a part of the testimony. That is what a disciple gets drawn to when they learn Christ, is the vision of the kingdom of God, where God's reign and God's rule in your life is a beautiful picture in a winsome way for people to recognize the goodness of God, our world's great need for his goodness, and the fact that that goodness is present in you. So let your light shine this week. And even expose your weaknesses as a way of helping people see that in the spring there are leaves and more fruit to come. Believe that God is with you this week. Love the people around you. Let your light shine. Have a great week. We'll see you Sunday.